Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I have with me Samuel Rizk, who is the Resident Representative UNDP. Hello and thank you so much for joining us. It's a privilege to interview you over here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mahin, and thank you very much to Dawn Media for always promoting human development and sustainable development here in Pakistan and globally. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. So the UNDP has long supported inclusive development and governance reforms across Pakistan. In the current economic climate, how is UNDP helping provincial governments strengthen institutions and deliver services more effectively to vulnerable communities?
Well, that's a good question. It's a tough question, but I think it is an important question these days. Pakistan, I think, is doing phenomenally well over the last couple of years macroeconomically. I think we know that there are a lot of concerns about human development indicators and social indicators, and I think it's important to reconcile both of these Pakistans, the one that does well macroeconomically and the one that does well microeconomically. So that means people in villages, tahsils, village councils, etc. Human development is multidimensional. And what we do at UNDP, working very closely with government and civil society, is to look at these different dimensions. Governance is important. It is important to look at rule of law, access to justice, reform, etc. It is also important to look at one of the really big vulnerabilities that Pakistan has, not necessarily of its own doing, which is climate change. All of this flooding and droughts and everything else that's happening. The most important part that I think is important is institutional and people and community resilience to all of this. And I think that's both a hardware and a software issue. It's a hardware issue because in many cases we need to support alongside the government all of these structures in some of the most impacted places. Before, so resilient infrastructure, and after, for rapid recovery, like from the floods. You know, we are here in Lahore, we're here in Punjab, has been heavily affected this time around. So governance, climate change, gender is also very important for us. And I think these are a set of indicators that really need to be upgraded here in Pakistan related to gender, either in the workplace or in parity or anything else. And then the last part, which I think you mentioned also, is inclusive economic opportunity. It is important that Pakistan addresses some of the major poverty indicators that it has here. And if you look around the continent, if you look around the sub-region, you will find that it is possible to cut poverty by half in a very rapid way. Look at your comparators and neighbors, look at Bangladesh, look at Cambodia, Vietnam, China. There's a great opportunity now with this reform momentum to actually move development indicators forward.
Thank you so much, and absolutely, like you mentioned, that climate change has actually become our biggest challenge and the biggest problem that we're facing in Pakistan, and it's SDG number 13 as well, which is climate action. And indeed, Pakistan has to focus on climate action now. So with climate change intensifying, floods and droughts across South Asia, what concrete steps is UNDP taking to ensure climate resilience translates into local livelihood opportunities rather than just policy documents?
So I think what we are seeing now is that the changing climate has really significant impacts. I think a lot of it is impact on infrastructure, on livelihoods, and in many cases the response to that is not only a response that is based on getting more money for flood recovery, for example, although that is important. It is actually a governance response. What we see, for example, here in the floods and all around Punjab is that the government already has been saying, federally and provincially, that a lot of the lessons learned from this flood are governance lessons. So zoning, addressing water sewage, addressing urban flooding, addressing structures that are encroaching on either land, water management. All of these things I think are important. All of these are not money-intensive issues. They are policy and law issues. And more than that, in addition to having a good policy and good law, is enforcement. I think what's really important about being here at UN Day is the awareness part that a lot of people either don't know or actually appreciate. A lot of young people here will actually become climate activists, and I think that's really important. So that's the other part of this whole climate challenge. Policy, law, enforcement, and for sure a lot of awareness that is required.
Thank you for these brilliant solutions, and absolutely awareness is the first step. And of course, like with proper zoning, proper infrastructure and proper water management, I think we will find a way to the climate problem. Just to wrap this up, I want to ask you that in your view, what does human development mean today beyond income or GDP, especially in a region that's facing deep inequality and demographic pressures?
Human development, if you look at it as a human right, I think that is really, really important. I think we look at rights as political rights, civic rights, but I think we sometimes look a little bit less at the economic rights, cultural rights, social rights, and almost everything else. Human development now is a human right. It's not a luxury, it's not an option, and I think it is important for everyone in a position, a leading space, a decision-making space, to actually absolutely make the right decisions about financing, about allocations, about prioritizing, because with 5 years to go, I think Pakistan has a long way to go to get to its own 2030 ambitions. And with Pakistan already adopting in 2016 SDGs as its own national development plan, I think there's a great opportunity in the next 5 years to really strengthen these indicators. Like I said, human development is a human right. Let's treat it that way.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.